everybody, it's Jazz. You're listening to Giving Up the Ghost. Thank you once again for tuning in. This week's episode is a continuation from our dedication and live recordings during Doors Open Winnipeg 2019. This is part 2 at the Burton Cummings / Walker Theatre, where we got to meet and mingle and talk with lots of lovely Winnipeggers about their experiences with ghosts. With me was also Jenn, our lovely and wonderful Winnipeg first responder, co-hosting for us as Cher was away. So I hope you enjoyed this week's episode. Sorry for it being late. Quite saddened to announce that my father had passed away. So I had been dealing with quite a few other things which had detracted me from the show. And again, I'd like to dedicate today's episode to my dad, Alex. And he's the one that really got me involved with everything ghosts and stories and all the mystery and wonderment that there is in this life and the next, and I hope to meet him again someday. Thank you so much. So please enjoy this week's episode of Giving Up the Ghost. Take care. I'll ask people, hi there, you guys have any ghost stories? Any haunting stuff ever happened to you? Sometimes.
Oh. Come and speak with us.
Would you care to talk about it, or
would you mind?
Would you mind?
We are actually we're Giving Up the Ghost. We're Winnipeg's first and only paranormal podcast.
Oh, cool.
So we've actually been doing this for 19 weeks now, and we talk to people. We look at locations here in the city.
Oh,
we
cool.
discuss paranormal phenomenon in general. You know, we're talking about the 1919 strike, the part it played here, and we think it's a little bit more than just, you know, the odd person, like the actor and actress, Mabel Hathaway and Irving, that haunt this place. It just, you know, just so much activity is happening here, so much activity. So what has happened? Sorry, what is your name?
My name is Heather.
Hi, Heather. I'm Jazz.
Hi.
This is my film co-host, Jenn. Hi. What has happened?
Well, I'm actually a tarot card reader.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
So I know a little bit about that stuff. Yeah.
And how long have you been reading cards?
Over 20 years.
So you're good then.
Sometimes, yeah.
No, because I had started and I stopped. So I know when people invest the time in it, you get very in tune with your deck.
Yes, for
Totally.
sure.
Yeah, awesome.
I've actually never been here before. I was here maybe when I was 2.
Really?
And this is the second time I've ever been here. So.
And what do you
building itself?
Yeah.
And what do you feel about this building? How do you feel? How do you pick up any
It's
vibes?
old.
Like a lot of things in Winnipeg.
It's pretty awesome.
Yeah, it is very nice. It's quite the gem.
Yeah, there's a lot of. It feels very full.
Yeah. Cool. Did you want to leave your email address that we could contact
sure.
you and ask instead of taking up the time to?
Yeah,
Because
no
I know
worries.
this is so short a time with the doors open. So, do you have any ghost stories?
So you say it feels very full. Is that?
Yeah, it feels pretty.
Okay, cool.
Maybe a little of both.
Mixed bag.
Excellent. Nice.
I think a little of both. Yeah.
No, somebody should know somebody. Something.
A story, right? Somebody's got some kind of story.
Everybody's got something.
Awesome. Well, sorry, what was your first name?
My name is Angela.
Angela, nice meeting you. And nice meeting you too, sir. Lawrence. There you go. Just Lawrence. Oh yeah, Lawrence, Irving, and Mabel Hackney. That's it. Is she very? Yeah. That's nice.
Yeah.
That's good. Actually departed right there. Oh, really? In the basement at the chocolate shop? Yeah.
So she knows exactly.
She picks up on that.
She knows everything.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's cool.
She sees all the spirits.
Well, it was funny. We were at the jail yesterday. After we
Vaughan Street jail, yeah.
we recorded.
Where's the picture?
Oh, I can show you a picture.
Can you send that? Can you email that to us?
Watch this.
Yeah,
Look,
I
you
can.
got to see this picture.
Hang on. I will. Let me
This
find
is-
it first. I got
Sure.
This is a picture of me she took when we went
In
to
the basement.
jail.
Okay.
I was in one. No, in this.
No, it
a
was a
couple
few
years
ago.
Okay.
And we're in this in the
Was
cell.
it green orbs? Because I've heard of that.
Well, no,
I've had some too.
this is totally different.
This is very
like
weird.
this is wild.
Oh, that's not.
That's what I mean. It's
But that's like the green. There are green orb. Like that's
but that's
more than
that's
an
a
orb.
more than an orb.
Oh, yeah.
That's
But I have
Something
That's a flat.
that's a split screen. Total split screen.
Wow, look at
Yeah,
that.
isn't that
It's a
bizarre?
total
I
split
get
screen.
that now. Actually, can I take one of my?
Absolutely, you
Because
can.
I'd love for
Here.
you to email to us, but I understand it. Perfect.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember.
See, I'm not intuitive at all. I don't know.
Yeah.
Nothing bothers me. No.
But you see, the funny thing, when we went to the jail yesterday, there was one cell. I said, I can't go in there. I can't go in there. And then she tried to go in there, and then she tried to take pictures. Her flash wouldn't work on the camera that it was set.
Yeah.
And then she put her.
Or the flashlight? That wouldn't work for
Yeah, I didn't use a flash in that picture.
That's freaky.
I don't. So that was 2013
Really?
that I did. Yeah. Oh.
That's freaky.
Oh, well, that's for you.
Bye, guys. Thanks. We'll talk
See
to
you
you
later.
soon. Take care.
Yeah, I just thought
Yeah.
that was really weird.
It was a freaky picture.
That's freaky.
You know what's really cool that we checked out yesterday? It was the first time I think it's open, is the archives, the Manitoba Archives. It used to actually be the Winnipeg Auditorium at one point. And they used to do events there. So the Centennial Concert Hall and the arena replaced that. And it's that obsolete. So then they just said, well, why don't we use this as it was an obsolete government facility. So they said, why don't we start putting all the government files? Because that's what they used to store them at the legislature first.
Yeah.
And then they used, but before it was like an auditorium, they had roller skating in the basement, they had concerts there, and it's now the Manitoba Archives. Very cool building. I think they're open today, so.
I think I've been in there.
Yeah?
And actually, my daughter,
Yes.
Heather, saw a lady in there or something.
Oh, interesting. Yeah.
That wasn't there.
Nice meeting you. Thank you so much.
The haunted bus tours?
That would be Square Pigs.
Square pegs?
Yep. Do you have any ghost stories? Do you have any experiences?
One here. I know there's one at the Fort Garry.
But personally, has anything happened to you though?
No, but my aunt and uncle, my parents have witnessed it. They
Okay.
lived in a house
Right.
near Transcona,
Okay.
and then they hear bags rattling
Stuff.
and stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
And no one was there, right?
Okay.
Well, my parents were upstairs with my aunt and uncle talking.
Yeah.
But they named the ghost Simone.
Oh, that's cool.
It's a
Simone.
friendly ghost
That's a
that
very
was
sexy
always
name
in
for a ghost.
in the kitchen area.
Here you go.
But it would never harm people.
No.
But my aunt's mom would never
Sorry.
sleep in the spare room because that's where she
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so it's kind
Well, she
of
pro-
freaky.
yeah.
Whereabouts was the house?
In Lakeside Meadows.
Really? So that'd be
Yeah.
like newer stuff though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It happened a while back because they
Right.
moved now in Whitemouth. Now they moved there.
Okay.
But they weren't scared or nothing.
No.
But just a couple weird things like the door would close and stuff.
For sure, for
I
sure.
never witnessed it. My parents did, so they believed.
Yeah, yeah.
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 Well, we're Winnipeg's first and only paranormal podcast. We've been doing this for 19 weeks consistently. So we share stories, we discover locations, we try to do research just to find out why things are haunted, like certain things. Sometimes we get answers, sometimes we don't. And we drink and swear a little bit, but that's okay. It makes it entertaining. And so we're just a part of Doors Open. We were at Dalton Art yesterday. That was so cool there. It was nice. Love that place. Love that building. Yeah. So if you listen to podcasts, or we're even on Facebook, so check us out and let us know your comments. We are Winnipeggers. Yeah. I was conceived, born, and raised here.
Awesome.
That sounds so boring. But I love Winnipeg and I love to promote it. And I just found when I was, I started listening to podcasts while I was working because I love music, but just after a while, there's only so much. It's like I want to learn stuff. And I love the paranormal. I've had quite a few weird things happen to me. I'm actually writing my own book called Creepy Me because I've had stuff, you know. Nothing earth-shattering, but just enough coincidences. I started cataloging all my experiences. I'm like, oh, maybe I should write this down, you know. And while I was doing that, I'm thinking, you know what? Like, there's so many good ghost stories, but it was all American on the podcast. I couldn't find anything with good Canadian content. Things that you know of, like, say, the Banff Springs Hotel, or... And then I'm like, well, you know, Winnipeg's so haunted, going on these ghost tours myself. I'm like, why is nobody talking about this? And why isn't, like, dispelling some of these, you know, did this really happen, or did it just a game of telephone and it got distorted? And so I'm like, why don't I make a podcast? No idea how to use this equipment, taught myself, and now here we are. So it's fun. It's really fun. It's good. And it's interesting. So we're hoping to engage people because we love the history aspect. So we want, and you know what, I think a lot of that's forgotten. Hey, a lot of people just forget what they drive by every day. And it was quite amazing what's been happening here. So if we can get people in touch with their roots, that's great, you know? Yeah, so that's what we do. Yeah. Thanks. So hopefully it goes somewhere. Yeah, cool. All right. And what was your name again? Sean. Thanks, Sean. Appreciate that. Nice to meet you. Thank you. Take care.
Thank you.
Bye. Everybody was so miserable. And it was just such a feel. Like, it was so much negativity. All these shoppers are just kind of disgruntled. It's like, it's Saturday, it's 6:30. Meanwhile, you go to the LC, everybody's happy, you know, whatever. And then we remarked to my friend Teresa, and we just said, wow, like, you're so busy. Everybody's just a downer. Like, I don't know. And she goes, well, you know what happened there? And we're like, No? What? She goes, because she went on the tour of the Seven Oaks house just like the summer before, and she said apparently in that parking lot, that is where the massacre happened. So it's just probably all that energy, you know?
Wow.
And I'm like, well, I don't think I'll shop there. No offense to Sobeys or Riverbend, but
Yeah.
like I had no idea. But it makes sense, right? Like it's just kind of like, it was just felt so icky. It just felt icky.
Maybe that's why so many people jumped over the Chief Peguis.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Does that happen?
Yeah.
On the Chief Peguis?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah, I watched one lady drown.
No. She's a first
Winter.
responder, so she just doesn't watch for people to jump off bridges.
Okay.
Yeah. No,
She doesn't wait for it to
When
happen.
we got the call in, yeah, she parked her car, and she ran and jumped over, like,
Yeah.
she ran across the 2 lanes of traffic and over, and the river was just closing up, and got the binoculars out because our water rescue was coming.
Right.
And so I was watching her bob up and down,
Oh.
and under the current trend. Under the
Oh
ice.
my God, that's
Yeah.
so disheartening. And I feel for you because you've had to witness so much too. I know we talked about that on the other episode,
Yeah.
but that's
Yeah.
just a lot of burden
But
to
that
carry.
might explain, because there's a lot of people who jump off that bridge.
Wow, I had no idea.
Yeah,
Huh.
it's crazy.
I'd go off the Norwood personally, but that's just me.
Yeah, me too.
That'd be my bridge of
Or
choice.
or the Provence.
Or the Provence.
Because then you get that current.
All those
Sure.
kids who are watching them.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
been the problem.
The Provence? Yeah.
Well, they got the. I wouldn't go off the walking bridge. I'd go off the.
Wow. How did we get on this
I
topic?
don't know.
That's so funny.
I go off St. James's Bell Railways there.
But yeah, there's just so much sadness, eh?
Sorry, I didn't mean to interject that.
No, that's fine. I may leave it, I may take it out. I don't mean to bring anybody down here. It's just a fact of life. It is a sad fact of life.
No, I would never have. I didn't know that about the massacre being right there.
Yeah. So. Here, let's get this little guy here. We're with a podcast called Giving Up the Ghost.
Okay.
Do your little guys want some glow sticks?
Sure. Do you
Yeah?
want a glow stick?
Okay. Well, I just don't want to say anything to scary.
No, he's interested.
Is he? Yeah.
That's why he wanted to come
Oh,
here.
that's cute. That's awesome. That's Ghosty. That's our mascot. That's kind of funny. Is that little?
We've been. Yeah, he was really, really little when we went, but
Oh, yeah.
we went 2 years ago, I think.
Oh, okay.
It was interesting. Yeah, that was a really scary place. It was interesting though.
Ooh.
Well,
look
you
at that
were
nice
little.
color.
Ooh, look at that.
There you go. Is your other one a little too little for this? Do you
Leslie,
think?
would
Or-
you like a glow stick?
Oh, blue.
Ooh.
We go like we talk like paranormal phenomenon.
Okay.
Because we want to find out like if anybody's like there's like black-eyed children or orbs or the things you usually hear on those TV shows and stuff. We want to know if anybody's ever experienced this kind of stuff here in the city, right? Because
Right.
it can't just be just everywhere else.
Yeah. Yes. Well, we're listening right now to find out about the ghost.
There's and we're gonna probably explore into more cryptids. He'd probably like that, like Manipogo, right? What do they call? What's the ghost in? Not the ghost. What's the animal? The Ogopogo, right? The Ogopogo. Lake Manitoba and Lake Winnipeg have also their own
Like a sea monster kind of a
Loch
thing.
Ness. Thank you. Yes.
Ah.
So he'd probably be interested in that.
Yes.
That's
not as scary.
not too scary. We don't want to make anybody give up the ghost.
Right.
So yeah. Well, I hope you had fun. It's a cool place. You gotta come back and check it out, hey?
Yeah, and also, so where's the monster?
I don't know.
The monster's in
No.
the lake.
In the lake. Yeah.
You didn't see him today. He was sleeping.
Yeah. So people here have seen this ghost.
Apparently they've seen and they've felt. Yeah, they say it's Mabel Hackney and Irving Lawrence. They say, or Lawrence Irving, I can't remember. They say because they were so beloved, they did a tour through Australia and North America, and this was their last stop for their play. And apparently they were just so embraced by the community, and they said, "Oh, we'll be back," but they died on route.
Yeah.